What's goody mob, everybody? We are back. This is from NoSuCo Tribe. This is live on NoSuCo Tribe, or with NoSuCo Tribe. Alright. So, this is really for documentation purposes, because I don't expect that many people to show up or to watch or view us live, because there's only like 60 something likes currently on NoSuCo. NoSuCo's fairly new. It's our contribution to each other in the community. It's a community. It's an intentional community, intentional towards sustainability, always working towards that goal or that concept, and balancing ourselves and
you were supposed to go the other way.
Harmonizing ourselves with do something about this, with what is, and living more sustainably, more in harmony, more in tune with our world, with each other, with ourselves, and being human beings. That's why they call us human beings and not humans trying, or humans human killers and human. We're not all the things that people try to think that we are or assume that we are. We are what we are, which are humans being in construction, humans being doctors, humans being immoral, humans being moral, humans being happy, humans being sad, humans being informed, humans being ignorant. But we are beings. Let's be. So NoSuCo Tribe is not a Native American tribe. It's not a traditional tribe, but tribe is just a group or a close-knit family and blood brethren and sisterage. And that's what we are. So right now we are in Houston, Texas. We started the Houston Autonomous Relief Fund, the Greater Houston Autonomous Relief Fund, and we have collectively raised a lot of money towards over $20,000, and we are putting that toward the efforts of improving our neighborhoods, not just rebuilding them. And that goes for any neighborhood that's affected by crisis, whether it be economic crisis, environmental crisis, disaster, whatever the seeming cause is, because it's ever present, and we know this, and that's why a new paradigm is emerging. We are shifting out of this consumer-based mentality, and we are being more conscious about how we are living on this planet. We are advocating the removal of useless plastics in every aspect of our lives. We have trillions of tons of plastics every year. Plastic bags, plastic packaging. This shit right here. We needed this. The thing inside it. We needed fucking the resource, the product, whatever you want to call it. We needed that. We definitely did not need and do not need your stinking trash. And I know there's like a myriad of reasons people are going to say that they put stuff in this plastic. We'll put it in something fucking else, something that will biodegrade, something that will not be sitting around somewhere in a landfill just filling up space. Let's use it for something, since we've already created it. People are acting like there aren't solutions. Let's stop using the shit and use the shit that's already here for other shit, since it ain't going nowhere for the next 50,000 years. Or 10,000 years. Longer than we got for it to be sitting around somewhere. So that's where we're at. I guarantee you the roads of tomorrow will be built out of plastic. Because if that's what we're going to do, and I don't even say tomorrow, but there's going to be a lot of things built out of plastic. Until it's all gone and it's all used up. And hopefully those things that they use it for to build are just, are artistic or something that can last as a monument until it breaks down finally after all those years. Something that'll be around after like longer than the pyramids. But not just that, what we're eating, the pesticides that are in our food, and the attempts at altering our mentality, which is evident when you talk to people about these issues and how they respond and react to you about these issues. The education, the knowledge, the understanding of better versus bad, inefficient versus efficient, problematic versus solution oriented, argumentative rather than discussionary type conversation, and a real conversation about solutions in the sense of applying them yourself. So if you're involved in one of the many movements that there are right now, the women's rights movement, the civil rights movement, the all lives matter, black lives matter, white lives matter, cockroach lives matter, whatever the fuck, you are involved in really the one movement that is toward the one thing, which is truth. And in truth, things don't have to be the way they are. And when you work backwards from that obvious truth, you find solutions along the way. It's called reverse engineering. And people will say, well, there is no objective truth. Well, those people would be saying there is no such thing as objective truth as if it's true. Now just sit on that one for a minute. Whether you're a moral relativist or not, there's no such thing as truth, but I'm saying it as if it's true. So, it's really, everything is self-evident and obvious when you really get down to the nitty-gritty. And the thing that does not matter is what separates us. And I know you guys hear that in a very generalized form, but what they're talking about is our religions, and even still that's very general, but our religions, our politics, and blah, blah, blah. But even the status quo. So then you have the gays versus the straights, the bis versus the gays and straights, the pans versus everybody, the fucking, you go on and on and on with this seeming divisionary, and we keep dividing it more and more, and all the while we're all getting screwed in the same ways. We can still act divided about all that other shit if y'all want to. I don't want to, but we can. Let's just get the basis, foundationary shit right, so we can have homes. Everybody can have a home to hate in. Everybody can have a home to be greedy in. Everybody can have a transportation to go back and forth on their acquisition of all these great things you guys pretend like we get from slaving ourselves out. And there are still alternatives, because obviously we're still driving, we're still paying for gas and stuff like that. And people say that's hypocritical. Bullshit. It has always been evident to people, and there's a quote, I forgot who said it, but he said it, ironic they must find it, those who were revolted against kings, were revolted against by their own people, that it was that it was the king's pitchforks, shovels, spears, arrows, and everything else that ultimately overthrew him. The people overthrew their dictators with the dictator's property, technically his legal property. And that's what we're going to do. So don't sit here and get mad when we want to drive to a rally in a car. We're not going to hit people on the way.
Right.
So don't get mad when we buy organic food and vegan food and fucking and less this and that. We actually vote with our dollar, because you can't vote in a voting booth. See, they can't make you buy something, but they can make you vote for a certain person. Technically, they can, because they only give you two options. So if they own both the options, which we've proven time and time again that they do, if they own both the options, then you're technically only, not even technically, you're realistically only buying one of two chosen people. But if you vote with your dollar, what are they going to do? Make you eat Pizza Hut? No, but if you say, I'm not going to eat Pizza Hut unless these steps are fucking taken, and you boycott that word that everybody seems to have been erased out of their vocabulary, you use that tool in the economic sense, and the corporations will not allow their bottom dollar to disappear. That is something that they've talked about in so many fucking movies. Even in the Avatar, they were saying, you know what, killing the indigenous people is bad for publicity, and they hate bad publicity, but they hate a bad quarterly even more. So hit them where it hurts, in their wallets, and then what'll happen is they'll start to change, which they already have, and you'll start to see the prices reflect the food, the supply and demand look even. You'll start to see the packaging in hemp and hemp style products, which will boost the hemp market and reduce the lumber market. You'll start to see construction in sustainable methods and materials, and you'll start to see the economic side of it equalize to the point where it becomes more and more affordable. And we need to do that now. The next time you want to eat, don't go to a fast food restaurant that you would traditionally go to eat. Go to a taco shop. Yeah, go get some of that shit that an immigrant might be fucking making. That shit that is transported here with a fucking, in a truck from Mexico or wherever the fuck, but there's no additives in the beef because they don't do that shit there. They don't even need to. They don't even think that's a thing that they need to do, except, you know, the actually own farms and shit in Mexico, so they can get away with more shit because of so-called less regulations. So there's 100 different ways to hit this thing, but start picking one, because we have, and millions of people around the world have. And I know a guy who told me, I said, there's a lot of us that care about this type of stuff. He said, what, like 100,000? And I said, what, 100,000 what? People in the truth movement? I said, that's me. He's like, no, 100,000 activists. I was like, 100,000 activists on Earth, nigga? Are you serious? He was dead serious. We can't afford that kind of mentality. We can't afford that kind of lack of awareness of even the basic fundamentals of what kinds of people are on the planet and how many of them there are. You may not care, but I mean, people have all these semantical arguments and just not even semantical arguments, just non-arguments about and cowardly statements about how we should be operating in this situation that we're in, which is literally Stockholm syndrome infested zombie cult territory. That's what we also want you to know. This is a NoSuCo tribe stands by this statement. All of us unanimously agree that statism is a cult. The belief in government is a cult. The word government, gubernare, mens mentos, means govern means to control, and mens mentos means the mind. So government literally means to control the mind, not just figuratively. And so, knowing that, are you really okay with that being their mission statement, the name of the people who are supposed to first respond and lead in things? Mind you, these people do not have any technical experience. They're not engineers. They're not scientists. They're not doctors. But they're the ones writing the legislature on these matters. On the whims of opinions, perspectives, and beliefs, and not cold, hard motherfucking math, which the system should operate that way. Humans should be able to sit on the cushion of math in today's technological society like a fucking thick-ass blanket of total world support for everybody, where robots and machines work for us in a free-range type of way, to where if you want to build something, you talk to a machine and build it, and if it's something that the machine has never built before, it gives you all the components that you would need, 3D printing and such. So, and we're going to be moving past that with 3D printing. We had 2D printing. So, pretty soon...
We already have 3D printing.
No, I know. But we're going to have 4D printing.
Oh, yes.
I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I know it's going to happen now.
We could buy a 3D printer right now.
I know. That Fry's, they have one for $800. $889.
Damn.
And you could 3D print, but
see,
the thing
at the conference, there was a hemp company that was 3D printing with hemp.
Nice.
They were printing, and they were doing it right there on the spot. They were printing.
Let's get that,
pins.
a hemp 3D printer.
There were pins, and so it was printing the casing, the body of it, the front and the back, and all the other parts were like metal, but it was dope. They printed it right there in front of you, and you could buy it fresh off the press.
So it's now. It's time. The time is now. I don't know. We don't know how else to say it, but it's obvious what needs to happen. We need to just be solution oriented. If you don't know where to start in your own life, be solution oriented. What are the problems? Can I identify them? Can I admit that I have them? Am I in denial of any obvious paradigms like the cult of statism? We still have people who think that they have a right. We looked up the cops' perspective, the state's perspective of the sovereign citizen movement, which sovereign just means above rule, that you rule yourself, you own yourself. And they were talking about it like, first of all, that's not true, that their authority is absolute over you, and that you have to absolutely morally bow down to their arbitrary dictates and their culture, their way of life. That you have no fucking say-so in the matter, and they have no evidence to support this, and they talk about it like it's true, like a cult. Because there's also, there is evidence to the contrary. There is their own fucking rules, their own previous legislature their own Supreme Court rulings in this sick-ass system. They've already clarified where the government and what the government is supposed to do. And it has nothing to do with us. The government is not supposed to intrude on rights. You're not supposed to submit a single right for any privilege of the government. The government is supposed to submit to you utterly, like fucking people do at McDonald's when you're taking their order and want to get pissy about your order. Like the people at fucking anywhere else, bro, that's taking your money. Anywhere else that's taking your money, they're sucking your dick. Anywhere in the service sector, anywhere in the so-called service sector, the customer service sector, they suck your dick. You go to Vegas, they'll suck your fucking dick, literally, for the service sector. But when it's government, the people who we pay to protect us and do our roads, they can treat us like anything. They can not have. We have a 3% three independent studies confirmed that we have a supposed 3% influence on public policy and the way things are in this world and in our communities. 3%. So how can a person in America say they're free? How can they say it's better than Cuba and better than these other places? These other places, you know that they're a dictatorship. You know that. But does that automatically make them worse? No. If your systems are operating the same in the day-to-day life, I don't have Fidel Castro and Saddam Hussein standing right next to me, then it's exactly like this place. I can tell you what to do. Now they're going to be telling people what to wear. You already, I hate fucking sagging pants. I think it's a disgrace to my fucking self when you see black dudes and anybody sagging their pants. But I'm not going to legislate that shit. I'm not going to put rule on that shit because it doesn't harm anybody. If you can physically see their butt cheeks and some kid can cry because I just have that fucking hairy ass cheek sitting there in their brain and shit like that, yeah, I'd say fucking come to an understanding with that person. Like, that's not acceptable, dude. We can't have it. Sorry. And other people can take responsibility, and we have responsibility, and we've had peace officers who can also take up that task. But to have policy overseers every damn where doing the fucking shit that they do, we can't keep having that and expecting freedom. There's no freedom here. You can't even call yourself free. If you're still calling yourself free in America, you're delusional. If you're still thinking you should join the military, you're delusional. If you're still thinking you should join the police, you're delusional. And you're immoral. You don't know the difference between right and wrong. And everybody's now saying that there's no such thing. Well, guess what? There is. Sorry. And we agreed upon it a long time ago. You don't have to rewrite the shit. And we ain't gonna let them rewrite the shit. The shit's been put in plain fucking English. We have rights that are endowed to us by the fucking creator of nature. All nature. And those rights are inalienable and self-fucking evident that we are all created equal. So if we created equal, how can these people have any jurisdiction over us or authority? There's no possible fucking way, and they said it them goddamn selves. Talk about their fucking founding fathers. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not free. You're the worst kind of slave. You're the worst kind of slave because you're a mental slave. You're in denial. You're in utter denial because you see yourself on some side, and the side that you're on is still the same people fucking you. I don't know why I was compelled to turn into this Texaco. So hardcore. So hardcore. Look at this. Look how far I was. I think I was like...
We're going to be turning up there in about half a mile.
Right. I go straight for too long, and I feel like turning. I got to do something. But you guys see what I'm saying. So if you come across this, please share. I see all kinds of half-cocked fucking videos about poetry-style things where there's a guy on a beach in America. Have we forgotten? Nigga, we don't even know. We never knew. Stop. You're being so general. You're not getting to the root causes. And I understand it's art a lot of times, and I understand what you're saying. But bro, we can't half measure it anymore. People need to be told the fucking brutal ass truth, and the brutal ass truth is you're a fucking slave. I'm a slave, we're all slaves. But at least don't be a compliant slave. Be a runaway slave. Get your fucking wounds if that's what it's gonna cost. My mentor, my favorite fucking speaker and aggregator of information, Mark Passio, he says, if doing the right thing is gonna get you fucking killed, do it. You're gonna take it right here? Left?
No. Get in this way.
If doing the right thing will get you fucking killed, do it. If it will make you lose your job, do it.
Is that it? I think that's it. But I guess you gotta go on the other side.
If it causes you to have to end a relationship, do it. Doing the right thing is not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be the right thing. And you know that it's the right thing, and all your fucking justifications are brainwashed justifications. That's why it's brainwashing. No rational, logical human being could justify the shit y'all be justifying. And you sound like sheep together about it. That's why they call sheep, because it's a chant of, we can't do it. Who are we to change anything? Fucking, what's the other one? What's some of the other one? Money makes the world go round. What's the other ones?
It's always been this way.
It's always been this way. And those are all bullshit logical fallacies. Every last one of them.
Jesus Christ is coming back.
Jesus Christ is coming back. Well, until he does, let's help ourselves. Just like we're helping ourselves. Just like if I came to your house to whoop your ass in front of your whole family and your family reunion, all y'all motherfuckers gonna come together. So let's work together as if, you know, even if Jesus is coming back, you ain't gonna just let yourself get whooped. Turn right here.
No.
You ain't gonna let yourself get whooped by me and shit. You just ain't gonna stand there and get your ass whooped. So don't stand there and get your ass fucked by the goddamn so-called Gubernare Mentos. Gubernare Mentos. The government. What is this, Walmart? Nice.
The ice water and...
So we gotta get ice water and some other shit at Walmart.
Utensils?
I think I need utensils. I think I'm gonna go stay live in Walmart. And I'm gonna turn my camera screen around.
Let's see what kind of adventure we have today.
Right. I'm gonna turn the camera around so you guys will just have audio. And then if we have any issue, I'll turn the camera around so you can see the issue. And the dumbing down of America is so complete. I should have went there on that lane. The dumbing down of America, and even indeed the world, is so complete. It's unimaginable. It really is. Like, you talk to people even about the basic parts of these movements, concepts, and ideas, and not only do they not know anything about them, but they hate them.
They're afraid of them.
They hate them. They're afraid of them, and you hate what you're afraid.
Oh, we got the Sky Cup.
Sky Cop. There goes Sky Cop.
Walmart.
Sky Cop.
That's the one we went to.
Is it?
It's gotta be. Look at the Sky Cup.
Sky Cop knows we're here. Oh well, Sky Cop.
Right.
Rubble.
On my face?
Yep.
The white stuff? Just kidding.
Ah, can be arranged.
Family bathroom.
Family bathroom. That's the phone. All right, we're here to get stuff. I just didn't want to put this. Hold on. Take this. Oh, yeah, I'll take it. We're seeing a lot of people. We've asked that if they want to talk to Abby Martin about the aftermath of the hurricane, and we're seeing a lot of people who don't want to. And
yep, and they have real issues that really need to be talked about, and it's kind of sad that they don't want to be heard or whatever, but hopefully
because they're disenfranchised,
we will at least we'll be able to get their information out, not like tell everybody their names and stuff, but be able to relay what they're saying
right, in some format. I've been recording a lot of audio too, right. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm actually just okay. Can I come in? I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna pretend like I'm just typing and shit, so I'm gonna keep it on. I'm security. Natalie, like our shopper, I'm gonna act as our security. So look, I'm gonna do like this. Like, but, so, yeah, and we ain't showing receipts or nothing, nigga. Nothing. What they want to ask for, mother? No. Ice is in the front. Water is in the back. It's all quiet and shit. Just water and socks. I'm out of here. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I love you. So, this conglomerate, known as Walmart, has routinely engaged in attempting to kick us out for recording ourselves or not showing a receipt, which, with us being raped in so many other ways, I thought, damn, take a stand somewhere. So now I'm on my way to look for men's socks. I have a shortage of men's socks.